Our previous video was about the strange case of Lizzie Borden and the ex-murder house. You will find the link in the description box below. We are also covering the Idaho murder case. Visit the channel to know more about it. I'm your host C and welcome to Watchlist by Miss C. Netflix's famous The Good Nurse is based on true events that occurred between Charles Cullen and Amy Loughren. It is based on the 2013 true crime book The Good Nurse, a true story of medicine, madness, and murder by Charles Graeber, which follows the crimes of Charles Cullen, a real-life serial killer who is believed to have killed nearly 400 people during his 16-year stint as a nurse. Charles was born in 1960 in New Jersey. He lost both of his parents at a young age. He then enrolled in the US Navy but was later medically discharged in 1984. He then attended nursing school and went on to work in several hospitals in New Jersey and Pennsylvania for 16 years, from 1988 to 2003. During this time, he was fired from at least 6 medical centers. It is believed that he killed hundreds of people during his career. In an interview, Charles claimed that his crimes were mercy killings, and he thought he was helping patients by easing their pain. Amy is a single mom who lived with her 2 daughters and suffered from cardiomyopathy, a heart disease that makes it difficult for the heart to pump blood to the rest of the body. It was difficult for Amy to manage the work stress as she had to work in intensive shifts. And one day, working in the Somerset Hospital, whose name was changed to Parkfield Memorial Hospital for the movie, Charles found Amy gasping for breath and promised to help until she got her health insurance, and that's how their friendship took off. Charles helped Amy by stealing medicines for her from the Pixar's med station using a hack. That's how Amy knew that it was possible to withdraw medicines without leaving a solid trace. Amy and Charles's friendship grew with time, and Amy became confident enough to introduce him to her daughters. Soon after Charles was hired in the hospital, stable patients began passing away under suspicious circumstances. A woman recovering from an allergic reaction suddenly died at 77 before her husband could even make it to her side. A young mother who survived an accident also died unexpectedly, as do many more patients who were seemingly on the road to recovery. Fast forward to 7 weeks, and the hospital has called in the local police, who found that a patient had died under uncertain circumstances, and that the hospital administrators know more than they are telling the authorities. It was Amy who first mentioned to the police during a routine interview that one of the deceased woman's blood tests suggest an insulin overdose. It was Amy's 11 years old daughter who persuaded her to look more into her friend Charles. Amy then became suspicious of Charles's actions and she looked over his charts. Full of errors, the charts contained misspelled and misreported observations. The system through which Amy checked Charles's records showed that he spent a lot of time looking at the records of patients being taken care of by other nurses. Amy also found unusual combination of drugs that Charles ordered occasionally. Another thing that caught Amy's eye was that Charles was dealing with medications given to patients in cardiac unit, whereas Charles worked in the intensive care unit and not the cardiac. So what was he doing with these medicines? Amy worked with police to uncover evidence that Charles was responsible. She met him in the diner wearing a wire to record Charles's confession. Amy tried hard to get the truth out of Charles. According to Amy, he was calm and composed the whole time. Though Charles didn't confess to his crimes, but he was arrested by the police soon after the meeting at the diner. Later, Amy visited Charles in the police cell where he confessed to her about his crimes. Amy received her heart surgery and now lives in Florida with her children and grandchildren, whereas Charles Cullen, aka Angel of Death, pleaded guilty to 22 counts of murder in New Jersey and 7 in Pennsylvania, as well as 6 counts of attempted murder. He is currently serving 11 consecutive life sentences in New Jersey State Prison and won't be eligible for parole until 2403, long after his own death. Subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.